let's start with your name. Where'd your name come from?
Ace Savage. Well, people call me Ace, and my father's last name Savage. My whole father's side of the family last name Savage. So my last name Savage, Ace Savage. Not for no gangster stuff or nothing like that. Like, it's my real last name.
Your real last name is Savage?
Yeah, my father's last name is Savage. My oldest sister.
Like government name is
Savage.
Savage?
My father's last name is Savage. My sister's last name is Savage. My son's name is Savage. My daughter's name is Savage.
Does it surprise you that phrase Savage is a popular thing right now?
I mean, not really. Everybody want to be gangsters right now for some reason, so everybody want to be a savage.
So did you have the rap name Ace Savage before that term or that phrase kind of got hot over the last couple of years, or you playing into it?
I was Ace Savage before everybody wanted to be savage and things like that, but yeah, I'd say before I was ahead of the trend with the savages.
Now, why use your part of your government name in your rap name? Because most rappers will use a totally different name in their rap moniker.
Cause I like it. My father has a cool last name. Like, he gave us a cool, like, I'm proud of my last name. Like, it sounded good too. Ace Savage sounded better than what my rap name was. I really changed my rap name because I was Young Ace when I first started rapping. You know, I'm a Young Aces doll everywhere. It's like, it's so common. When I did Ace Savage, there wasn't no Ace Savages out, like, that was actually doing anything with what I say. Like, if you go on Ace Savage, I pop up. For as common of a name it is, I'm the one that pop up as Ace Savage though.
Now, what's your ethnicity?
Black and white.
Now, let me ask you this. Do people think you're anything else?
Man, I get everything. I get Spanish, I get white, of course, because my skin, real fair skin. Like my grandmother on my father's side, she dark skin, like dark.
Do people ever think you're black?
Nah, probably. I mean, they might say I'm mixed. Like, I'm going to get mixed, but I definitely don't just get black.
I see. So they think you're more white or,
yeah,
or
mix
foreign.
Something. They think I'm something, anything but black.
People surprised when they hear you're half black?
I wouldn't even say surprised. It's not Spanish. They're like, oh, you're not Spanish? They know I'm mixed with something for the most part. You can see I'm just not white.
Right.
But they just don't assume it's black.
Now, where are you from?
DMV.
The DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly in the DMV?
I moved around so much I wouldn't even claim one place. Growing up with my mother, like, we was getting evicted, kicked out, things like that. Like, I probably went to 15 schools or something like that. Probably moved every like 6 months. We was losing a place or something like that. So I don't even claim nowhere.
But you do the DMV?
Yeah, DMV, because DC and Maryland.
And Virginia?
Yeah, but DC and Maryland, where I bounce back and forth. I ain't never lived in Virginia.
Yeah, but DMV stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Yeah, DC, Maryland, Virginia.
Now, can you explain what the DMV means? Because some parts of, like, Virginia are considered a part of it, and some parts aren't, and I don't know about the Maryland part, or, you know,
It's just like, for me, Prince George's County, DC, Montgomery County, some parts of Virginia, like, if you're on the line, I'd say you the DMV, but, like, parts that isn't, like, what I would call, like, in the direct immediate, like, area. Like, there's places in Virginia that's, like, 5 hours away from anywhere close to which most people would claim as the DMV. I wouldn't claim that as the DMV. That's the only little thing. Just like, but at the same time, Baltimore don't even claim themselves as the DMV. They in Maryland, they closer than certain parts of the places that do claim the DMV. It's just weird. It's whatever you want.
Now, what's your opinion of the state of rap music right now in the DMV area?
Crabs in a bucket.
Can this be fixed? Is there a solution to this?
People need to put their pride aside, reach out. There's too much talent. There's a lot of talent in every, like, not even just one genre. There's a lot of talent in the DMV that goes unseen, unheard, because nobody want to reach out or nobody want to be that person to say they fuck with somebody else's music. Everybody, I'm the best. I don't want to fuck with nobody. I ain't going to help nobody.
Do you reach out?
Yeah, I reach out all the time. If I like your music, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I don't. I give credit when it's due. There's a lot of people that make cranking music in the DMV right now that don't even get heard.
Now, what was it like for you growing up in the DMV? Paint the picture for us. You kind of mentioned moving around a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's different. Like, I'm mixed. I don't know, I feel like I always had, when I was younger, I felt like I always had a point to prove, so I got in a lot of trouble. Like, I've been in alternative school since 5th grade. Because it's like people, you walk in a room, it's like you got somebody who's 6'2", dark skin with dreads, or me, we in the same place, and somebody just want to start something looking for showing off. You know how people, everybody feel like they got something to prove. Everybody want to be a gangster nowadays. When you really want to get technical, who you going to say something to? Of course, most of the people going to try and test me out of the other person, but I'm not the one. Like, I'm not no gangster, but I'm not just going to let somebody just play with me either. Like, I'm minding my business. I'm trying to take care of my kids, but you're not going to disrespect me. You're not just going to do what you want because of how I look.
Was it rough for you growing up? Would you consider it rough?
Yeah, definitely.
What was one of your roughest moments growing up, your upbringing?
Probably a lot of stuff that's based around my mother and stuff that I went through with that situation. Things like that. Watching your mother not be a mother hurts sometimes, man.
You said she was on drugs?
Yeah.
What was she on? If you don't
Too
mind me
much.
asking.
More than one thing. And she was on hard drugs. Like, at one point, she was addicted to methadone. Like, that's a drug to get you off of drugs. And she started that. That's bad. Like, that's not a good drug. Like,
Has she been able to kick the habit?
she just finished the halfway house in drug court. So, give her props.
What's your relationship with her?
Hit and miss.
And your father, he came back at 16?
Yeah.
Or you came to him at 16, or how did
I
that
found him.
You found him?
Well, I found my older sister. And I hit her up. And she had been with him or whatever. Like, I'm like the only one. He got 4 kids. I'm the only one who, like, didn't grow up with him. Or at least, like, grow up communicating with him. Like, I grew up way on that side. My other brothers and sisters, they at least spoke to him or whatever. And things like that.
I see. What's your relationship with him now?
I mean, it's cool. It's like, I don't ask him for nothing, but it's like,
There's an open line of communication.
we talk here and there.
All right, now what type of student were you going to 15 different schools?
Somewhere around there, like, yeah, a lot of schools, though. Definitely 10 plus. But I say, I don't know. I was, like, academically, as a smart. Like, I'm above average when you're talking about on paper. But choices I make sometimes don't reflect that, or didn't reflect that in the past.
Now, you mentioned an alternate school, alternative
school.
Explain what that is for somebody that's not familiar with the phrase. What is an alternative school compared to regular public school, I would assume?
Yeah, public school. Anybody can go to a public school. Alternative school is where you go to school, you get kicked out of public schools, basically.
I see.
It's like a school where they put a bunch of bad kids, or what you categorize it, I guess, as, together.
Did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Tried college?
Nah.
Why not?
School not for me. School just wasn't for me. I was just looking at it like, I'm glad I graduated high school. I'm not about to throw myself into another situation that I wasn't happy with.
I see. Now, obviously, you're doing music right now.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell somebody that is exiting high school, graduating high school, thinking about going to college? Because there's different options, right?
To each their own.
There's different options. Let me just explain. There's some people say you need college.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say you don't need college.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say maybe a trade school is cool. Some people go to college, don't graduate, drop out, and end up being successful anyways, like Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And some people go to college, get a degree, and end up doing a different career path altogether. They don't even get a job in the degree they graduated for.
Some people can't get a job in the degree they got.
What do you tell somebody thinking about the next step?
What I'd recommend,
Yeah.
personally, I say get a trade. People always need trades. And if you can't get a trade, start your own business so you're your own boss.
What about somebody that's thinking about music? Should they go straight into the music?
If you're going to think about music, invest in yourself. It's if you really want to do music, if that's what you want to be your job and your career, is that your path, you better be ready to invest in yourself, and that's all I can say. Take money to make money with whatever you're going to do. If you're not ready to put money behind it, then you shouldn't be trying to make music. Nobody going to hand nothing to you.
Looking back at your own life, was that the best decision for you?
Music?
Not going to college?
Oh, yeah, definitely. By far. Easily, hands down.
No regrets?
None.
Jobs you had growing up, if any?
Man, combined, like, my whole life, I've had 3 jobs for probably a month of time combined. I worked UPS seasonal one time for a week. I worked at Giant the week before, I worked at Giant for a week, like a couple months before my son was born, trying to get a job before your kid's born route. That didn't work. I got a check for like $74, and I worked there for like 5 days. I was like, that ain't gonna cut it, so that was enough of that. And then, yeah, UPS, Giant, and I worked at 84 Lumber for a week. 3 jobs to combine like 3 weeks.
Were you getting fired from these jobs? Quitting
No, I was
these jobs?
quitting. I can't. I'm my own boss now. I can't have somebody telling me what to do for less money than I can make doing it myself. Doesn't make sense to me.
Anything crazy happen at these jobs? Anything out of the norm while you were working at them?
At the 84 Lumber, it was like 3 people the first week I was there, like the only week I was there, that shot themselves with a nail gun. I was like,
pretty rough.
Not even, because there's certain things you can avoid. That's all I look at it. There's a lot of avoidable scenarios. Everybody who shot themselves with a nail gun was doing what they told you not to do. You see, I ain't shoot myself with a nail gun.
Now, I want to go back to your family a little bit. Now, both parents, they're still in your life, but separated. How old were you when they separated?
They were separated before I was born.
Oh, okay. And as far as siblings, you mentioned an older sister.
Mm-hmm.
Is she the only sibling you have, or?
Nah, my dad got 4 kids with 4 baby moms, and my mother got 5 kids with 3 baby dads. So I got a whole bunch of half sisters and half brothers, but that's blood to me. We got one same parent, we family.
Anybody else in your family raps aside from yourself, or just you?
My little brother.
Have you collabed with him?
Yeah, we did something.
What does your family think about your rap career?
They like it. They want me to succeed.
Supportive?
Not even supportive as much. Do what you want to do.
Have they seen you perform?
Some of my family seen me perform, I think.
Now, in regards to your parents, what's the worst thing you put them through?
I don't know. I can't even really tell you. I wouldn't even be able to answer that question because I really wasn't like I could put them through anything. I was by myself for a lot. Like I was in placements and stuff like that. Like I raised myself for the most part.
Now, we spoke about a lot of subjects so far in regards to your upbringing, but overall speaking, what's your message to the youth? What would you tell them?
Stay focused and stay humble. Get money. More action, less talk.
How'd you get into rap music? What age were you?
Probably like 15.
Any musical influences? Anybody that inspired you?
I got a lot of inspirations. Like I said, I give credit when it due. My favorite artist ever, Lil Wayne. He probably one of the main reasons I rap. Period. My first song ever was with auto-tune because of Lil Wayne. Like I always loved auto-tune. That's one of my things. But at the same time, people get confused because I can actually rap too. Like they just hear the auto-tune and don't. But I go ball for ball most of them.
Have you ever had a chance to meet Wayne?
Hopefully.
What would a Wayne and Savage song sound like?
Amazing.
Now, do you remember your first rap or what you were rapping about back then? I mean, how many years would you say you've been perfecting your craft for?
Perfecting it?
Yeah.
I'd say probably like going ham, like for real, like taking it serious, like this is what I really want to do, like this is my choice.
Exactly.
I'd say a year. And it's all because of my producer that I linked up with. I linked up with a producer because YouTube beats only gonna get you so far. I don't care what nobody say. Not everybody can beat OT Genesis and make a hit off of YouTube. That ain't gonna happen. You need some production. And if you don't got production, it's gonna be a long, tough road. I found that out the hard way too when I first started. YouTube beats is only gonna get you so far. You don't own that. That's not your music. You get your music taken off. You do 100K and that joint get taken off YouTube because you don't even own your beat. That can be real crazy. So I avoided all that. My man put me on with him. And basically he took my career to the next level. Like, he a mentor. He probably the best producer in the DMV. Well, that's an opinion. But personally, I feel he the best producer in the DMV. Shane Alexander, he got me to where I'm at in a short amount of time.
Do you remember your first rap or what you were rapping about back then?
I think I did a song called Stamp. And it's like, I just shouted all my men out. Like, everybody who I was fucking with at the time or whatever, it's horrible. Real bad. Auto-tune was on it. Auto-tune was in the wrong tune, all that. Like, it was bad. But I shouted all my men out. Like, all my men.
Now, when it comes to the music industry, what bothers you the most about it at this point? What's your biggest pet peeve with it, if anything?
I feel like everybody want to be somebody they not. Everybody want to sound like somebody. Everybody, instead of there's a difference between using somebody's inspiration and the influence and just biting them. Like, that's different. Like, copying and pasting is an art. Like, if you go to a painting and you throw a piece of paper over and you trace it, that's not the same as if you look at it and draw that painting. So if you take the way they spit a verse and you tweak it to yours, that's art. But if you real live, bar for bar, do exactly what they did, you just biting.
Who do you blame for that? Do you blame the labels, record labels and executives in that side, or do you blame the listeners and consumers in that side?
You can't blame listeners and consumers for liking what they like. You gotta blame the artist. Why do you want to sound like another man? You should want to not, like I want, like when you hear my music, I want it to be, he don't sound like nobody. I don't care if it's good or bad, but I don't want you to be able to be like, he sounds like a knockoff this person, or he sounds like another version of that person. So I just strive to just not even, I just do my own thing. Of course some of my music is influenced, but I tweak it to me. Like you won't hear my music and be like, he sounds like another person.
Now how about the studio? When you're in the studio, top three things you need in the studio. Top 3 necessities.
I don't know. A lot of people say they like bitches in the studio and things like that. I don't want no females around me. I want to work. Like if I'm in the studio, I look at that as my job. Like that's what I'm trying to do to take me farther. Like I don't want no distractions. If anything, I'd rather be quiet. Give me a J, give me my producer, and give me the studio, and we good. We could work.
What strain of marijuana?
Gas. If it's good dope, I'm smoking it. No huff, no ready.
What does it do for you in the studio?
It's depend on the kind of pack it is. I've had pack. That's another thing though. You get some pack that's a downer, you be tired in the studio. So sometimes I don't even smoke in the studio. It's just all how I'm feeling.
But if it's the opposite, what does it do for you?
Shit, that can make you open your mind up a little more, make you think about some shit you might not have thought about prior.
Craziest studio story, if you have one.
Like I said, I try and keep it. I don't want a bunch of people running in and out my sessions. Like I don't need a bunch of distractions. So as of right now, I don't got no crazy studio stories.
Would you consider yourself a loner in the studio?
Yeah. Like I bring my brothers with me and I do songs. Yeah, but for the most part, go to the studio by myself.
When it comes to beats, I'm sure you've come across a variety of beats. Has there been any beat that you received that you passed on that became a bigger song for somebody else?
Yeah. There's been a couple beats like that. There's been a couple artists I hesitated to work with too, and they surpassed me. Keeping it 100, they farther than I am right now, and I started before them. Or was bigger than they was at one point, and they farther than me. That's how I used to be. Like that's years ago when I first started. Like I was one of them people who I'm better than everybody. You gotta humble yourself. You're not gonna get nowhere thinking you better than everybody. Look at that. It just shows how quick them tables can turn.
What beats did you pass on that you had?
It was a YouTube beat. Like it was just one of them YouTube. That's just one of the random instances. Like I heard a YouTube beat. Like I wrote to it, but I was like, I think I recorded on it, but I didn't drop it. And then I heard it, and it just rocked. OT Genesis, my producer, one of my first producers that ever like reached out to me and actually fucked with me was iTrez. He produced OT Genesis, Cut It.
Now, what's the realest song you ever wrote so far in your whole catalog of music?
The realest song I ever wrote?
So far.
I'd say a song I'm about to drop called Baby Mother, or there's a few. That's one that just stick out to me.
What's that about?
My baby mother. Everybody want to be scared to claim their girl. I love my girl.
Risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
Investing. I got 2 kids. That money can go to diapers, formula, anything.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
I don't know, probably hitting 100K, like combined views or something like that. Like just slight like that. I ain't even doing no numbers or nothing.
What's the biggest
Or maybe it might be paid show. Like actually getting paid to perform my music. That was a big accomplishment for me. And I crowd surfed one time. That was lit.
I hear that's hard to do at a rap show.
I did. It wasn't myself. I just happened to be in a good place at the right time. It was at a Fillmore. Logic was performing. And I crowd surfed.
What's the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think but it's not true?
Yeah, I was just thinking. I'd probably say lack of intelligence. Like I said, people, for the most part, people just gonna look at you and assume that you not as intellectual as somebody who wouldn't have tattoos on their face.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
Man, most of my rumors is mostly probably like old shit, like when females used to say like they was talking to me while I was fucking them, and I'm like, I don't even know who this bitch is.
Do you care what people think of you?
Not at all.
Why not?
Cause I'm my own man. Why would I care what the next man think? They not putting no money in my pocket. I'm not trying to impress them. I'm trying to make sure my kids is good. They the only ones I got anything to prove to.
What are your keys to success?
More action, less talk. Stay focused. Get money.